welcome everybody. We have thank you for joining us here for another installment of Gold Spot Pens, our live broadcast here on YouTube, unboxing and writing sample. Today we have a Sheaffer Ferrari Taranis fountain pen. And just to give you a little bit of a teaser, this will be on our weekly dip special. Today is Wednesday, so today is our changing of the weekly dip. And today this pen will be on special. Currently, its retail is $140, and we're selling it, I believe, for $70. But it will be on a weekly special, and you have to get on our email newsletter list to get notified of what that will be when that comes about. So unboxing. And hey, Roy, I saw Roy just joined us within the first minute of the broadcast here. So, Scuderia Ferrari is in a licensing partnership with Sheaffer and Sheaffer Fine Art and Supply Co., which is now owned by the AT Cross Company, for those who don't know. And they have an official licensing agreement with Ferrari to produce these pens. And they do come in a very Ferrari-esque red box here. And the inner clamshell box here is a red. It's is your kind of like your plastic, I guess, like leatherette sort of box. It just has like a slight grain to the material. You can see that there. And with the prancing horse emblem in the middle. The inside is a black felted material. And the pen sits on a little rest here with the sash going across. And you can pull on the tab. Underneath the platform here, you have two ink cartridges. The first thing you might notice about them is that they are not standard international. These are Sheaffer proprietary ink cartridges. The guys who are 2 inches long and are fairly cylindrical, have a cylindrical opening there. No nipple fitting on these. And then you have the pen. So the pen itself, the Taranis model, it's a streamlined model. It's red lacquer over brass, and it has the distinctive element of this being Ferrari is, of course, the Ferrari red, but also has the Ferrari prancing horse emblem that's on here. And it's, I guess, welded or tack welded or fixed on there somehow. Maybe it's a super glue, perhaps. But it also has the white dot, which is emblematic of Sheaffer's warranty and quality assurance. So you have it's a tapered profile that comes down to the ends here. And the ends, if you notice here, they're squared. It's like a rounded square. So that taper kind of like angles itself off at both ends into a square, which is kind of cool. It's a very simple, streamlined look. Very reminiscent of, let's say, like a race car, type of look already. We'll take a look underneath the hood here. So we have a slip cap. So it's this nice snap cap. Makes it all streamlined, that being that it fits flush with the rest of the body. Then you have the section here is metal and resin, and has the Scuderia Ferrari imprint on here in metal. And you can hear when I'm unscrewing the barrel from the section here, it's all metal on metal. So you have the metal threads, which of course means that you can't eyedropper this guy, and you have a brass metal inner barrel here. So it does come with the piston converter. So this in itself is a nice, like, because this is about $10 just on its own, and I know a lot of Sheaffers don't include the converters anymore, but this guy has the cartridges, as you saw underneath the platform, and the converter as well, so that's a good start. The nib itself is a hooded nib. It's a rarity these days in the fountain pen world to see a modern hooded nib. Not many manufacturers do it. Made it pretty easy to fill this guy up because all you had to do was just submerge it in that very little bit, and you caught the breather hole and were able to suck the ink right up. It is a broad nib, which is actually the only style that we'll have available in this particular model on our weekly dip special. So there won't be any other nib size available, and it is stainless steel. So just attaching that there, and that is pretty much it for the pen. Oh, just to go over some specifications, it is a little bit on the heavier side considering it is a metal lined pen. So it's a 1.2 ounces or 34 grams. And this is with it filled, and the length capped is 5.5 inches. The length uncapped is 4.75 or 121 millimeters. Then posted, it is 5.875 or 5 7/8 inches, which is 149 millimeters. And the diameter, which I would say, picking out the largest part of the diameter, which is right here at the center band, is a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeters. So fairly, average, I would say, size type of pen, although with it posted like this, it feels very comfortable. And we're going to go into the writing sample, so we will investigate that further. Let's put the pen case aside here. And to ink it up, I have my little orange. This is Josh's orange, by the way. I had it on the desk here. I thought it would make some interesting visual contrast. So to fill it up, I chose Sheaffer red ink. This is just your standard Sheaffer script red. It's a 50 milliliter bottle. We've got all the different colors available in bottled ink. So we'll just put that aside. I filled it up already, so I like to dispense with the pleasantries and just get right down to business here. So just one more note about the branding of the pen. You do see its Sheaffer logo is struck on the side of the clip. So other than the white dot, that's the only other piece of branding that Sheaffer has on this pen. Otherwise, then it looks like, a Ferrari pen through and through. So like I mentioned just earlier, the converter fill up was really easy with the hooded nib, and we're gonna get going here with a little bit of a writing sample. So you can see it gives a nice broad line, keeps up very quick. It's almost a little stubbish in the fact that I feel like I get a broader, wetter line when I'm writing and I'm doing the vertical downstroke as opposed to the horizontal stroke, but that could just be my wishful thinking on this, because I do like italics and stub nibs. Overall, the nib itself is very smooth, has good wet flow, no issues with starvation or hard starting. I mean, for a stainless steel nib, and it probably at the price that we're going to be asking for on the weekly dip special, this is such a no-brainer, especially for folks who do like the Ferrari red. or racing fans, NASCAR fans that like a nice writing instrument. This is a nice, beautiful, sporty type of fountain pen that is definitely a must have. And it posts well while writing. I don't have to worry. I mean, it is you push it on the back of the pen. It fits very securely, so I'm not having any issues as far as like, having to worry about the cap falling off, and clips on very nicely. What the snap cap does anyway. As far as like if you could, yeah, I mean, you could write with it cap in hand, unposted. I mean, I feel like it's a little bit. I mean, it does reach all the way over to where the webbing of my index and thumb are, but it is a little bit on the shorter side for doing that. So I do prefer it with the cap posted like this, but I mean that's completely up to your own personal taste. Also too, as a note, the grip area, it's going to really depend on how you grip your pens, but you might be gripping it on the metal, or you might just go by like gripping it where the resin parts are. I would probably prefer doing it that way. That's what I've been doing so far, writing my notes on this pen and kind of jotting it around. And I know people who don't like metal sections might be a little bit turned off by the metallic nature of this section, but there's plenty of that resin to be able to grip too. And broad points are really great for people who write quickly, signatures, and also for those who really like to see the quality of the color of your fountain pen ink, especially those that are, let's say, shimmer inks or sheen inks, because when you have more ink on the paper, when you have a higher flow like this does, you'd be able to see more of it. And it's great for also people who write very quickly, because the ink flow on a broad does keep up quicker than, let's say, a fine point. And I'm just really just scribbling just to get you a great idea of the fact that it does keep up. I'm just kind of varying my approach of the nib on the paper here to just show you some of the quickness of this pen being able to keep up. All right, so that is pretty much it. Just to kind of give a little bit of another shout out here about this pen, it is going to be on our weekly dip special this week, and you might be getting an email later today with the offer price for it, and it will be good for 1 week. So I won't mention it on the video as far as what the price will be for it, because then it will change next week. So I don't want anybody to have hard feelings over that. So do definitely check this out. 2 p.m. today, Wednesday, August 8th, and this guy will be on special sale for just a week. So it will change then again next week at 2 p.m. And if you're interested in more of these writing samples and unboxings, please do subscribe to our channel and give us a like. Big old thumbs up would be appreciated. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and stay inky, my friends.